Oh my God! You know what? This we're how did we get to where we are as a society? When did this become to us our reality? You know, I'm sure a bit of it can be pinned on our somewhat absent parenthood. We were kind of given freedom that the past generations had never been given, and this is the result. We were made to believe that we could make the right choices, and look at what we've done. We've become a society of fucking animals. It's this kind of bullshit makes me think that democracy as we know it just doesn't work. We've done it wrong. It's time to tear up the whole fucking concept and start all over again. I don't know why we're clinging to this old French, Latin bullshit anyway. We should have come up with a new form by now on our own. We came up with metric. We should be able to come up with something like this. But, your story last night really bugged me about the lady on the bus, because we've become a society that sits back and watches a woman murder an elderly man in cold blood, and we do nothing about it. We've collectively decided to go out of our way to avoid helping people, regardless of the circumstances. I expose myself to ridicule every time I offer to help an old lady across the street, or I hold a door for someone. People laugh at me. People make fun of me for that. That's a joke now. When it used to be just courteous. You used to just do that kind of shit without thinking. And I understand that we operate at a faster pace now, and maybe we can't always take the time that we used to take to help each other out. And that's fine. But why can't we just take a little bit of consideration when the opportunity presents itself? The entire concept of like neighborly doesn't exist anymore. And you think that that's fine, and it's me being a yokel talking about this stuff, but no, this is what it leads to. It leads to people thinking this way. It starts off small, like, oh, we don't show each other courtesy anymore, and then it gets to, oh, we can behead a guy on a fucking Greyhound bus and sit there and watch and do nothing about it, and come up with these ridiculous fucking ideas on our own, unchecked by anyone, and say things like these leaders of their goddamn states are saying. How do we let this happen? What the fuck is wrong with us? Is everyone seriously as stupid as we joke about? I'm fed up with stuff like this. I can't believe grown men are saying things like that in public.
Yeah.
And I'm a full supporter of freedom of speech. I absolutely believe they have a right to think and say what they want to. But they shouldn't think in this way. It should never be an option that this kind of fucking garbage is in their heads.
No, shouldn't, but unfortunately, these are the people that are in charge.
These are the exactly.
Yeah.
Why are
By
they
the way,
in charge?
just to go on your statement about Trump and if he's ever been part of an abortion or whatever, he was asked directly by a reporter, when he was a swinging bachelor in Manhattan, was he ever involved with anyone who had an abortion? His response, such an interesting question. So what's your next question?
Yeah. And that's acceptable
Such
now.
an interesting question.
And that is an acceptable statement from the president. And, God love him, this is the Bill Clinton era. These are the kind of answers you get to give because of him. That you get away with that kind of stuff now. He did, and every president since him has decided that's okay. We can sidestep things. We're not accountable. We don't have to answer questions. The I didn't inhale defense works. The Shaggy defense is acceptable.
Yeah. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. It's ridiculous. I was mad about it when Clinton got away with it. I'm madder than hell now that it still goes on. Because he effectively didn't get away with it. I mean, he got raked over the coals for years once he got exposed.
Yeah,
but now guys just don't.
Clinton didn't rape anybody, though.
No, exactly. Clinton didn't rape anybody. Clinton didn't abort anybody. But he did abuse his office and lie to his constituents about it.
Yeah.
And that, I don't understand this just being able to lie without reprieve. I don't get how once you get into that position, you get to lie with indemnity about anything and everything, and that's okay. We all go, oh, all politicians are liars. No,
Yeah.
they run our lives.
What do you expect? That's how they are.
Yeah. Oh, that's
it's the boys will be boys fucking rhetoric.
Yes, and look what happens when you let boys be boys. They turn out to be rapists. Newsflash.
That's right. Yep.
Did anyone read fucking Lord of the Flies? That's true. That would happen. That's exactly what would happen.
Absolutely.
Don't kid yourself. Boys are stupid and disgusting, and they need to be taught and whipped into shape like dogs.
Yeah.
We're terrible people. Left to our own devices, we would eat each other alive.
Left to our own devices, we create laws like these guys are doing.
It's absurd to think that. It's absurd now to think that this is working. It's not. We're falling apart as a society. We're crumbling. Everything about it is wrong, and collectively we're smart enough to realize that. I don't understand why we're not smart enough to do something about it. More and more, the Ted Kaczynskis of the world seem less and less crazy. Every day, the Timothy Oklahoma City McVeigh. These guys had it right. Who knew?
Timothy.
Yeah.
Tim knew.
Yep. I'm sure he's laughing about it now.
Right?
I'm going to play a little song here.
Hell no, to the no, hell to the no, hell to the no.
Nope, I can't hear shit.
That's good. I'll send it to you. I said I'd do that last time and I didn't. People think something has to change. I understand the majority of our listenership currently is still in the U.S. Guys, listen to Eric and Gord here and take some advice. Your country is a fucking joke, and everyone in the world thinks so. You have to do something to fix it. You have to rein in the mouths on these freaks. The Republican Party they don't even like themselves. Real Republicans don't like what this farce of a leadership is. Real Republicans shy away from it because these guys don't have any Republican values in them. Reagan must be rolling over in his grave that these people are running his old office. It's an embarrassment, and not only that, it's detrimental to you. You think people are trying to bomb you now? Just wait until you turn on crazy white women. I guarantee nothing scarier than a crazy white woman. Muslims don't hold a fucking candle to these people.
No, that's very true.
You know why they oppress their women so badly? Because they know what they would do if they didn't.
I've always said it. If I was a woman and I was running a country,
missiles
anytime
would be shaped
somebody
differently?
would ask me, what's that?
Missiles would be shaped differently?
Doubtful. They'd probably vibrate more, though. But if I was a woman and I was running a country, and if anybody ever attempted to start shit with me in my country, if I was a woman, the first thing I would say at the press conference, so what do you think about this? I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say that, the whole world would be like, oh, fuck, it's war.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
She said it's fine.
Just those eyes. It'd be the only time where people would come out and have a press conference and not say anything for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it'd just be utter silence.
Well, you should just know. You should just know. If you don't already know, I'm not going to tell you.
It's fine. Oh, God.
The UN would just turn into an hour-long argument about people's shoes. Did you see her shoes? My God. I don't know how she treks around Libya.
I told my girlfriend when my girlfriend and I first got to actually became a couple. One of the things that I talked to her about, I said, look, those words saying it's fine, or do whatever you want. Those things, I said, they don't work with me.
Yeah.
You say the words, I'm taking your word as bond. That's just that simple. I said, so if you turn to me and you say, that's fine, understand, you have nothing to argue with me about later.
Yep.
You lost your argument. I said, so if you're not happy with something, if you don't want me to do something, whatever it might be, I said, you need to say specifically, don't do that.
Say what you mean.
Because otherwise I will.
Say what you mean what you say. I just finished explaining that to the incredibly beautiful, wonderful girl that I am trying to court currently. It's easy, and you'd be amazed what it does for a relationship. In any relationship, it's not just as a couple. In any relationship, say what you mean what you say. It's harder than it sounds, but it makes things infinitely easier at every turn.
Yep.
You
right.
avoid a hell of a lot of confusion, and maybe we would get to a point where we can start rebuilding some semblance of a goddamn humane society again. And let me just say, if you ever see anyone attempting to murder me on a bus, please get up and help. I promise you I'll do the same for you.
Absolutely.
Why are we not helping each other anymore? Why are we in a place where a guy can sit on Granville Street for 8 hours, dead, and nobody notices? Nobody stopped to see if this guy was breathing for 8 fucking hours. This is not a human society. This is not, and I'm not religious. I'm not a part of any organization or affiliation or anything. This is just people being people. Even goddamn animals check up on each other.
Yeah, right?
We have turned into savages to the point where it's perfectly acceptable to throw a man off a bus and kill him because you don't like the thing he said to you. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this what we're teaching kids? That's okay?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
what are we doing?
Eric, all I got to say is how many times do we have to keep going back to my statement? Need to eliminate people.
This is.
I think a good place to start is just to wipe off America off the fucking map. That's a good place to start.
You know what? I really got to get on board with that idea. I have nothing against the American people. American people, if you want to join in and help us with this, your leadership needs to be dismantled today. It's where are my goddamn militia groups from the 90s? Now is your time to mobilize and do what you said you were going to do.
Y'all talk about guns. Y'all talk about your protection. The reason why you're allowed to have guns is in case you're a corrupt government. You've never done it.
It's necessary now. It's not even the corruption anymore. It's the goddamn stupidity, the blatant disregard for human life at this point. I don't care which conspiracy theory you subscribe to, they're all coming true in one way or another. Fucking figure it out. Do something about it. God damn it. Don't let it happen.
Yeah. Don't just sit idly by and be like, well, that's just the way it is.
It's not. It doesn't have to be. Even if it was something that came true, maybe the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are running the show and everything is working out just the way we all fucking said it would. Don't let it happen.
No.
God damn it. Throw a rock. It's the 100th anniversary of the big labor strike in Winnipeg. My aunt sent me a thing about it. It was fascinating. Stand up, strike, fight. Do what your fucking rap songs tell you to do, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Take them seriously. The people who wrote them died. I'm not saying you should die. I don't want anybody to die. But your government needs to be dismantled. And ours shortly thereafter. Although ours will cower and run and do whatever we tell them to. Yours will probably try to fight you on it. And you'll have to kill them. But when you're done with them, feel free to come back here. And hey, we fucking burnt down the White House once. I don't understand why we're hesitant to do it again. They were a hell of a lot bigger and stronger then than they are now, comparatively.
Oh, yeah.
I think you and I could march into the White House and burn it down now.
I don't think it'd take that much of an effort.
But we did it once. Let's do it again. Why not? Get rid of these people. And I'm not saying kill